January 18th, 2016, on a Monday, we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The King Institute for Faith and Culture is delighted to sponsor Dr. Matthew Whitaker. Dr. Matthew Whitaker is the founding director for the Center of Race and Democracy at Arizona State University. He has written many books about African American history. He's a social entrepreneur and somebody who has been an activist for social justice. Dr. Matthew Whitaker will come to King University at 9:15 and speak in King's Memorial Chapel, and his talk is called Standing Together in an Age of Divisiveness. Dr. Whitaker is co-sponsored by the Bristol Herald-Courier and Virginia Highlands Community College. So we would love to see a lot of community folks come out that morning. But if you can't make it in the morning, Dr. Whitaker will give a talk at 7 p.m. that evening, again on January 18th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, at the Bristol Public Library at 7 o'clock p.m. That talk is entitled The Ivory Tower, Practical Racism and Emancipation from the Matrix. I believe both of these talks will be inspiring and motivating, and we really look forward to having the Bristol community come and join with us as we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The King Institute for Faith and Culture is delighted to work again with the National Holocaust Memorial Museum, which is located in Washington, D.C. On February 29th, a Monday, we will welcome Martin Weiss, last name is W-E-I-S-S, to the campus of King University. He will speak at Memorial Chapel at 9:15 that morning. Martin Weiss is a Holocaust survivor. He was born to Jewish parents in Czechoslovakia, mantled by the Nazis in the 1940s. And in 1944, Martin was captured by the Nazis and sent to Auschwitz-Birkenau. Auschwitz-Birkenau is a concentration camp and a labor camp. Martin Weiss's life was saved when he was sent to the labor division. However, he spent at least a year in the concentration camp, lost many family members. It is up to us, the next generation, to honor those who have survived the Holocaust so that the words never again might be realized in today's world. And Martin Weiss is a treasure. He's actually someone who lived through these experiences, and he is an excellent speaker. And I strongly encourage you to come and hear him at 9:15 in Memorial Chapel on the campus of King University in order to be really honored by his presence and to remember this difficult time of history. If you want to hear him and you don't mind a little drive from the Tri-Cities region, he will again speak at 7 p.m. at King's Hardin Valley campus in Knoxville, and we would be delighted to have you there as well. This is really a unique opportunity for men of his generation who've actually survived the Holocaust are dwindling. So please take advantage of this. Get to Memorial Chapel if you want to come in the morning early. It always fills up. We would love to see you there and to help bring in the Bristol community for this experience. And it's co-sponsored by the Bristol Herald-Courier.
I think the thing that most impressed me of the YWCA when I first moved to Bristol was the fact that there was a long history of the organization, the impact the organization had on the community, with the YWCA being part of Bristol since 1943. Lots of women have great stories about how the mission of empowering women and racial justice programming impacted their lives throughout the year. And, that was sort of part of my roots, and identified with that very quickly. And I think a lot of women in our community identify with that and have an attachment with the YWCA and what our mission is today. Now, something that most folks don't know about the YWCA is the fact that the programming changes continuously as the needs of women and children and families change in our community. So has the work of the YWCA. Even though the mission stayed the same, you see that happening in different ways, starting in 1943, opening as a residency in Bristol, working with young women who were coming into the community. They needed a place to live, a very safe place, while men were leaving our community to go to war. And those women were coming to Bristol to work in industry, to fill in those sort of the Rosie the Riveter, kind of years that we hear about. And women started working in industry. And then as men came back from war, then women were continuing with education, and they were living at the YWCA while they were going to school here and improving themselves, empowering themselves through education. Of course, over the years, that changed as dorms were added to the colleges, and the YWCA really got out of that residential piece and moved into working with teenagers in the school system and integrating programming. The YWCA was the first organization in Bristol to integrate, which there again are lots of great stories about African American families who were able to bring their children to the YWCA for activities and dances, and when they really weren't allowed to go into any other venues in this community. And of course, that's still part of our mission today. And moving on to when women started work, and there was a great need for child care that was affordable. And still today, affordable child care is one of the largest programs of the YWCA, and moving into teen pregnancy program then, and then wellness and fitness. So you can see that over the years, as the needs of women have changed, so has the organization has changed to stay viable in the lives of women in our community. And of course, as we've evolved to change, the organization also has moved, and we've made several moves over the year to our current facility that's on 106 State Street. And in that building today, you can see lots of activity at any point in time that you walk in. We're here at 7 o'clock in the morning and open until 8 o'clock, but then there's activities that are even going on until 10, 11 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. We have groups that utilize our building, some nonprofits and churches every Sunday that are here. So the YW is really, truly a community organization and used by this community in this region every day. Our current program focus inside the building is with the YWCA Tech Girls, which is a national YWCA initiative. And of course, we focus on STEM curriculum and programming with young ladies who are between the ages of 9 and 13. It's as an after-school program, 5 days a week, and we provide transportation for those young ladies. We pick them up after school and bring them to the YWCA, and you can see them jumping off their buses and running into the building every afternoon. And of course, there are other risk factors that these young ladies may have that make them to where they benefit from the program of the YWCA. All of the young ladies that we work and serve have been referred by the school system, either the principals or the guidance counselors at the school. And it's a lovely way also to volunteer if there is someone who'd like to work with that age group and truly be able to make a difference in a young lady's life. We serve about 35 every day in this building and facility. And in addition to that, our largest program currently is affordable child care, and that again is from 7 in the morning until 5:30 in the afternoon. It's for working parents, and if anyone's looked into child care more recently, the expense of child care is really at the point to where someone that is newly employed or working in possibly a retail position can't afford the cost of childcare right now, where it's about what private school would cost for a child. So this program at the YWCA gives parents the opportunity to work or to go to school and to further their education. But it also is a child development center to where it educates that young child in their development. In that we're licensed by the state of Tennessee and as a 3-star program, which is the highest accreditation or credentialing that you can earn through the state of Tennessee, which is something that we're very proud of. And both the Tech Girls program and the child care program stay full, and we very often have a waiting list, and sometimes a long waiting list for needs in the child care center. And in addition, the YW does programming to empower women in our community. Professional development program Emerge was implemented this year in 2015, and that's something that you can find out about on our website. It's a series of professional development opportunities for women across the region, and it's the first of its kind this year. We had heard women say that they were looking for development opportunities, and this was something that the YWCA could easily provide, and we're really excited about the success that we've seen with that program this year. And of course, Tribute to Women is a project, a way that we recognize women in our community who are accomplished in several different areas, in business or education or the arts, and volunteerism, and which is also a regional program of the YWCA. And recognition is very, very powerful that we've found, and we've had lots of women tell us that being honored through this program has really changed their lives and their perspective on life. So really the best way for you to find out about the YWCA is to take a visit. I think most anyone would be surprised. We often hear that we're the best kept secret in Bristol. And you may have noticed that I am surrounded in this chair by these beautiful wedding gowns. This is a new strategic initiative of the YWCA to for sustainability, to raise funds for the nonprofit programs that the YW offers to our community. So I am surrounded by new gowns. They are floor samples and overstocks from bridal salons all across the United States, which are donated to our YWCA, and then we sell these to the public, to newly engaged, I guess, young women in our region who are in need of a wedding gown, and the prices are about 75% off of retail. So it's really a fabulous win-win for everyone. If you purchase a gown here, the funds are used to empower other women in our community, but you're able to purchase a designer or a couture wedding gown at really a fraction of the price that you would pay somewhere like Atlanta or Dallas or Philadelphia if you'd purchased the gown there. And right now we're having a little winter sale on wedding gowns. We're open only on Saturdays, so you can come in on Saturday between 10 and 3 o'clock, and we have volunteer consultants who will work with you one-on-one, and I can guarantee you that you will have a very unique personal experience with the women that are working here, who are absolutely passionate about what they do for the YWCA. So in addition to the opportunity to purchase your gown here, we also have opportunities for volunteers. We train women to be bridal consultants. It takes several hours, from what I understand, to do that, but the ladies who do it absolutely love it. So if you're interested or you know of someone that sort of has a passion for merchandising or these beautiful, lovely formals and gowns, we would love to hear from you. And you just simply need to call the YWCA and let us know that you would be interested in volunteering. And we really are still a grassroots organization, and we use volunteers in many ways. Our board of directors volunteers, and if you're looking for a way to get involved in the community and to help others in the community, the YWCA is absolutely a great place for you to be, and we'd love to see you.